Welcome to the Book Buzz Show with Cheryl, where we dive into the captivating world of books. Here at the Book Buzz Show, we encourage you to make your pages turn with joy and immerse yourself in a magical literary experience. Enjoy the show.
Hello, and welcome to the Book Buzz Show. I'm your host, Cheryl Brooks. And if you are new here, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. And if you enjoy the upcoming show, please like, follow, and subscribe. And this particular broadcast in particular, if you could hit the like button, that'll be a great help for the show to get noticed. Also, here at the Book Buzz Show, we do discuss the book and the characters with minor spoilers, but nothing major that will take away your reading enjoyment. Also, we also have a second segment that we do on the show where me and my co-host give our weekly highlights. So make sure to have your pen and paper ready for to write down our weekly highlights, as well as we normally ask the guest to give us recommendations from their bookshelf as well. All right, we have a great show in store for you this evening. The book we'll be discussing this evening is Murder by the Book by J.L. Campbell, and that's the cover on the screen. And love the cover too. I'm just noticing all the detail on it. And this is her second time on the show. It's been a couple of years though, so I'm looking forward to catching up with her and discussing this book. Again, for those listening later, that is Murder by the Book by J.L. Campbell. All right, and without further ado, I'm going to bring on tonight's guest along with my co-host, Shavana Futrell. Let me bring them on. Hello. Welcome back, JL, to the show.
Thank you so much, and thank you so much for having me. I am truly grateful.
You are more than welcome. Let me just straighten this out a little bit. Um, okay, so we don't look so uneven. Okay, so since it's been a while since you've been on the show, and for those who may be new to you, can you give us a little background as far as how you got started on your writing journey, as far as your professional writing journey?
Hmm. It's been a while. It's been a while, but
Yes, it has.
yeah, like some yeah. Um, so I have been on this journey for like a total of 16 years now. I started with articles, interestingly, on writing and short stories, and then I graduated to writing novels. No, my first novel, Contraband, that took me 6 months to write, and then it took me 5 years to edit it. And at that point, I started submitting it, and yeah, a publisher said yes. So it, yeah.
Okay. So what made you finally decide to take the plunge and try to get it published after sitting on it for 5 years?
I was just doing too much, and when you edit something so much, you can lose the whole voice in there and the character of the story. So at some point, you have to just let it go
Right,
and
right.
trust that you've done everything that you can.
Love that. How many books have you written so far?
I am in the region of around 50.
Okay,
So yeah, and that's published books, and there are a few that I still have not published.
okay. Love that. Now, did I think when you came on before, we were talking about a thriller, but and that one was your first thriller, correct?
Hmm.
Okay. So what were you writing before that? Romance?
Romance, romantic suspense, sweet romance, women's fiction, yeah, just about everything.
Okay.
A little bit of everything. Paranormal was also in there too. So
Oh, you did some
I,
paranormal? Okay.
yeah, it's just basically like two books, one collection of short stories that's free, and there was another story, Phantasm. So it's not a lot of paranormal stuff in there.
Okay. It looks like we have a couple people in the audience. Hi, Lisa. Thank you for joining us this evening. And hi, Marie. Thank you for joining us. For some reason, Instagram would not come up, so we're gonna go ahead without Instagram. But we do also have we have YouTube and Facebook up, and I'm just reaching out right now to a few people since we came on a little late because we had some technical difficulties. So I just want to let them know that we're out here now. Um, okay, so I don't know if I asked you this the last time you were on, but I started asking authors because I love to hear the different as far as your writing process. What is your writing process like? As far as like what comes to you first, the character or the plot? Do you write mornings, evenings, things like that?
It depends on the story. Sometimes a character will come and that character basically will tell you their story. And at other times, I just get an idea, maybe from a news item or
Hmm.
something like that, and then I'll just be able to run with the story. In terms of time, writing time, I mostly do that in the evenings now. Time in the past, time was when I would be writing in the morning, at lunchtime, and after work. But now I mostly do it in the evenings.
Okay. You're a full time writer now, or
No, ma'am, I so wish, but but I like to eat.
I know that's I understand that. So that I love how authors are able to still work a full time job and also write basically full time and get these books out. So I applaud you on that. How many do you put out a year? Do you do it once a year or several times a year?
I used to do four full novels per year, but now I find that I'm doing maybe one novel and maybe the rest of them are novellas, so maybe another two or three for the year.
Okay. That still sounds pretty good. Right. Still good. Okay, so what is it that you since this is your second thriller, what is it that you like about writing thrillers, do you think?
I like romantic suspense, right? So that's where I started actually.
Hmm.
I started writing
So it's
romantic
still within that
suspense.
same vein.
Yes. So it's
Hmm.
kind of sort of like that, except that the thrillers are more intense.
Yes.
And what I like about them are the unexpected plot twists and the fact that we as human beings, we will do basically anything to get our way. It's a
Hmm.
source of fascination for me that sometimes we don't know right or wrong, or we choose to ignore right
Hmm.
or wrong just in pursuit of what me, myself, and I want. Yeah, so that is something fascinating for me. And it's an interesting thing for me to look at people's motivations. Why
Hmm.
do they do
Hmm.
things? Because we all
And
have what should I say? We all have a turning point or a boiling
right, or
point.
a line, yeah, a
Yeah,
line that you can be
yeah, yeah.
pushed over.
Yes, right.
And that's what because I like psychological thrillers and just seeing the mindset that what it is that throws somebody into that frame of mind.
Mhm.
Um, because I think I told you last time you were here on your last that first book.
Right.
That mother was crazy. I understood it, but yes, she was
Yeah.
crazy.
Ruthless. She was
Yeah,
ruthless.
they messed with the wrong one. um, but okay, so are there any challenges in writing a thriller?
Um, I would say, you know what? I was very lucky when I wrote the first one, or should I say blessed, because my son is in technology. And so I
Okay.
would like ask him to come and brainstorm with me, or I would say to him, I'm going to try this, I'm going to write this thing. Do you think that that's feasible in terms of technology? And he would say to me, no, mom, that will not work, or yes, this will work. So, so it just figuring out the stuff. Yeah, and making sure that all the plot holes are filled and so on, because it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot.
Hmm.
It's not
Hmm.
like writing a romance where like, not even a romantic suspense where you have like 60,000 words and or 50 or 60,000 words and you're done. You have to think about everybody's motivations, and I tend to want to write like with three main characters, so that's even more complex. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I hate to say it, but it's as if I like the complexity that surrounds writing thrillers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I can see that. I can see how everything is like more up a notch from what even for from suspense. You got to
Hmm.
take it like over
Hmm.
the over the top
Hmm. Hmm.
and make it believable as far
Yes.
as the
Yes.
person actually, going there, the reason for the person going there.
Right.
Which I think you did a great job in both books.
Yay.
Um, because it showed, and I always ask this too about the motivation of the characters when we get
So,
into the characters, because it was a motivation, a lot of motivations with several of the characters. Now, do you do an outline? Because how do you keep all the characters straight?
I used to be very organized and very what do you call it, linear writer, meaning that I write like in a straight line. But no, I don't do that so much anymore. I'm not sure why, because I like having my ducks in a row. I like things in order. But I'm not, by the time I'm finished writing one chapter, I want to end on a note where the person is in hot water. And so when I get to that point, I'm thinking, no, what's the worst, absolutely worst thing that can happen to them when I meet them again in the next chapter? And
Hmm.
what's the worst thing I can do to the character that's coming up next? So I like outlines. Some people cannot write with them. They say it kills their creativity.
Hmm.
But at this point in time, I do a little bit of an outline, maybe a one line for each chapter. But I like knowing where I'm going. I'm that kind of
Hmm.
writer. But sometimes it gets away and I just go with the characters.
Okay, so it
So
depends.
I'm not hard and fast.
And I can see, because especially in this book where you have so many characters, like it seemed like you said, you would, even if it's just a sentence, just so you can stay focused on
Mhm.
that character and that character's motivation and things like that. So you don't lose that thread. Because even with mysteries, especially with mysteries too, you have to. It seemed like you have to do an outline just so you don't miss, like you said, plot holes and all of that. Um,
Right.
yeah. So, and mystery is another one of my favorite things to read. Hey Jennifer, thank you for joining us. Okay, so so you've been, since you have so many books, what do you think you're known for in your writing?
Jamaica. Um,
Right, you do always say, yeah.
Jamaica always shows up as a character, not like a travelogue, but just so people get a feel for the culture and
Hmm.
the people. I don't do too much patois because sometimes I don't want to get too deep with it so that people don't understand what they're reading. But I know people like to read it and speak it aloud
Right,
to
right.
kind of test their handle on it. Um, I like uh, emotion, like going deep within somebody's, what drives them, what is it they want,
Hmm.
and motivation is usually the thing that drives a story. Aside from the plot, the character's motivation is what drives them. Yeah, and most importantly for me, it's all about choices. The choices we make. Sometimes they're not so wise, but we understand that situations force us to do things we sometimes don't want to do.
Right.
So I think I'm known for Jamaica and just making some really complex characters in some really weird situations.
And I do enjoy too, learning more about Jamaica and the people through your writing. So yeah, I do enjoy that. Okay, so for those who haven't read the story yet of Murder by the Book, can you give us a brief overview of what it's about?
Okay, so we have a really terrible employer. She is a literary icon. She's at the top of her game. She has a writing stable, a group of people who write for her, but she treats them so terribly. Some of them, well, three of them have the motivation. They have joined her team deliberately, and
Hmm.
they each, in their own way, want to make her pay for something she has done in the past and has forgotten about. one character in particular, is determined to take her down basically for because
Mhm.
she stole one of the manuscripts that the manuscript, sorry, that made her popular.
Okay, so um, we're going to get into. Oh, you know what? Before we move on to that, I meant to ask you: do you have? Do you still get to read for pleasure when you?
Not as much as it pains me that I don't read as much as I used to,
Mhm.
but I try to get some reading in
So
as
do you,
often as I can because reading is what brought me to writing.
right.
Yeah.
So do you have any book recs as far as books that stood out to you that you
Why, yes. I read last year, I read The Reformatory by
Oh
Tanana
yeah.
Review. Oh my, that was the best book for me for 2025. That was the
Okay.
best book for me.
And I have it in my library, but I haven't read it yet.
Mm.
But I
It
love her. I
was,
love her work.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was haunting. It was books about slavery. I no longer read many of them. It's not about slavery, but it was Jim Crow.
Right.
And so books like that, they really, really tug at my emotions. So having like kind of read a lot of them in my earlier years, I
Mm-hmm.
kind of don't read so much of it anymore. You don't want the hate and the yeah, all of that.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah. But that book stood out for me in 2025. That was my best read in 2025. I also read Where the False Gods Dwell by Denny Bryce, and that was a
That's
good
another one
one
that I
too.
have on my list to
Yeah,
read.
that was a good one because some of it takes place in Jamaica, and that was what fascinated me with it because she delves into like the maroons and all of that.
Right.
And I liked her main character very much, Othello. I liked her so much. So yeah, that was a good read for me too. And the third one I read was another one that made an impact on me is Fall and Grace by Sadiko Johnson. That was a good one. I got that off Prime with my, the the free book that you get each month. That was
Oh
a
yeah, Kindle
short.
Unlimited.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that story really, really touched me. So
I don't
yeah,
think I've
those
heard about this one by her. I read what's the one I just read? I read
Yellow Wife.
Lost Children.
Okay, okay,
That one. Yeah, I read that one. So I'm gonna have to look this one up.
okay. Yeah, yeah. It's really a really poignant read.
Okay. Some good ones, and two of them I already have on my list. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to move them up to read soon. Okay, so now we can get into the book and the characters. Okay, so now with this is kind of like usually I ask like the character motivations, but I don't know if that will give too much away because of the type of story it is. But as far as Addison, can you give us a little about her as a character and her personality?
Hmm. Um, she was like 100% terrible, 100%
Yes,
terrible.
yes,
And
yes.
when when the first beta reader met her, I think you know how you write and you think that you have explained everything, but you're really only seeing it from your perspective because you know the whole story, but you don't necessarily put 100% of it in there, and you think you're okay, but you're really not okay because when the reader meets the person, they're thinking, "Oh my God, what a terrible, terrible person." So I had to show the background that she came from, the things that happened to her, why she
Those were
became,
difficult to read. Yeah.
yeah, why she became so hard,
Hmm.
why she didn't really want to depend on anyone, and
Right.
why she was so determined to make it that she did the wrong thing simply to get out of poverty and never to go back to where she was coming from. So yeah.
And that goes back to what you were saying about um, the character's motivations, and I love to delve into that because, um, especially in her case, it explains a lot about how she was and how she became. Even though it's definitely no excuse the way she
Right.
was
Yeah.
treating folks.
Yeah.
What did you think, Shavana, about Addison?
Addison was a piece of work. And just like I was just saying, like the way that you were treated when you came up, why would you treat people this way now
Exactly.
just to keep you from going back there? That
Hmm.
it was just terrible.
Yeah, she's really
She
terrible
was
person.
very terrible.
What I couldn't understand is why they were putting up with it. Why
That
kind of
part,
what as we got further along, I understood their motivation in staying
those
because they
Yeah,
had
and,
three, yeah, but what
because they
about
had their own
everybody else?
agenda. Yeah.
Yeah.
and there was that contract that she made them sign.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, nobody
I
wants
said
a
it couldn't be
lawsuit.
me because I bet soon. Well, I see one of I can't remember which one it is that she hit, but and they hit her back. But I'm like, finally, because she would have got rocked for real
Alicia,
with me.
Alicia.
Yeah. You got hit. That's what I'm talking about.
That's why I said it depends on who you run into, because that definitely
Mhm.
wouldn't have flown with
We
me.
in Jamaica we have a saying, "Doping know who for frighten." Basically meaning you push your luck with whoever you think is weak.
Right.
Hmm.
And you'll get a rude awakening every
Hmm.
time.
Definitely.
Shavana, now when you got Addison's backstory, did that change how you saw her?
No, ma'am. Not at all. That's what I was saying. Just
Hmm.
because, I mean, no,
Yeah.
Me either. Me either.
no, because
No.
you stepped on other people's backs to get up
Hmm.
to the top.
Hmm.
Hmm.
That's not right. I mean, I know people do it, but it just wasn't right.
And that's what's so crazy. People really do.
Hmm.
Right,
People
Don't
operate
care
like that.
who they step on to get make
right.
it. Yeah.
And I was hoping
Um.
everybody came out the woodwork when everything started popping out. I
Right.
was hoping
Yes.
everybody would come
Right.
out and just
And isn't that funny? Because we see that we've been seeing that a lot lately in with celebrities too,
Yes.
right,
where one brave person is comes out and then everybody starts talking.
Hmm.
Yeah, so that definitely was relatable in what we've been seeing a lot lately. Um,
I was
and
gonna
I'm
say
trying to.
Jennifer. Yeah, Jennifer was saying that she would have to. She shy away from them because she won't be able to sleep at night. The ones that JL wrote, Jennifer, they won't keep you up. They
Yeah, it's
gonna.
not like it's not
Yeah,
because I don't read like serial killers because I that's too
yeah,
I don't mess around.
Yeah.
Only way I read it if it's based more on the police or the FBI. But if they concentrate on that aspect, I don't read those either.
yeah,
But these you'll be able to read, Jennifer, with
yeah,
no
Jennifer. You
problem.
would, yeah, you'll
I
be able to read it
promise.
and love
Yeah.
them.
I promise we're not pulling out anybody's fingernails or anything like that.
Although the well she wasn't doing that, the mother in the last one, she was just
Yeah.
Yeah,
she got creative.
Yeah.
she was working
um
smarter, not harder.
yeah, and Maria saying unresolved trauma, yes, she definitely needed some therapy for real, but she
Hmm.
had to be willing to even acknowledge that she needed some therapy. I don't think she thought that what she was doing
I
was
don't think she thought she did nothing wrong.
right. right
That's
right
true.
On
That's
all
true.
counts.
hmm
That's true.
Yeah, and okay, so Alicia, what would you say about Alicia and her personality as a character?
You know, there are some of us who there's a thing that they call, like religious people call, an orphan spirit. That's when you may have been rejected early in life.
Hmm.
Could have been your parents, maybe you didn't have parents, maybe one of them rejected you, and you basically go through life feeling like you don't belong anywhere, feeling like basically that you're not special. And so you and her, with her situation where she was adopted and then the two other sisters treated her really badly.
Yes.
Yeah, she
Right.
had that kind of vibe. And so she just wanted to belong so badly that when she made the connection with Addison, she just went, yeah, all out. But that definitely did not work out for her. So
Yeah, I felt sorry for her in the her I felt sorry for a couple of them in the beginning.
mm,
In the beginning.
Right. But I did feel for her because that would made her, the way, like you said, the way her siblings treated her.
hmm
She was looking for that, love
and that
that she
acceptance,
wasn't getting
yeah,
right. That she wasn't
right,
getting. So I
right,
did
right,
feel
right.
for her. Um, Okay, one of my actually favorite characters, even though I think she needed some therapy too, Casey.
All of them needed therapy, sure.
she
Yes.
All of
she
them.
definitely need to be on somebody's couch, but
Before you ask the question, can I tell you something?
uh-huh.
That's something that is common to Jamaicans. We we have a, I don't even know how to say it. We basically do not do therapy. Most of us,
Oh, real
right?
okay.
Yeah, there is like there's a stigma attached to having
Well, that's how
therapy.
it is with Black Americans. At least back in the day, I think we're getting more and more
Yeah,
open to
we
it now.
we just are really weird about that, and so people
Hmm.
don't know that they need therapy. They,
Right.
there are half of us walking around crazy. We don't know that
Yeah,
we need therapy.
that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
So if it's not something that it's a part of your culture, or you have to be really sensible to know that, hey, this is not normal behavior and I need to seek some help.
Right. So should we say they need medication in instead of just saying they need therapy?
Right. Because some of them, even the couch wouldn't be enough.
Right.
And like Maria said, Casey was another trauma survivor. Yes. Yes.
Hmm.
Who needed some healing.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
yes, all of them needed some healing and some
All of them.
therapy. Yes. Um, but what did you as far as Casey's story, as far as her personality, how would you describe her?
She's a little bit like, she's kind of sort of like, a lot like Addison. She's a lot like Addison, and I think there's a line in there that said that she has like a sympathy switch,
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
so she can flick that off. She chooses who she's sympathetic to,
Right.
and she chooses who she is just not sympathetic to, and that also comes from the trauma from childhood with what happened to their mother, what was happening with the stepfather. So she also has her issues, also needed therapy, but it's as it is with many of us. We manage. We're out there looking normal, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but we're not so normal underneath.
Right.
She
And she was
basically,
definitely somebody that you didn't want to mess with because you would think that she was one way. And she definitely was one that will flip the script on you for
oh
sure.
yes, oh yes, oh yes,
Which Addison soon learned.
yep,
What did, and you know what I love too, before I ask you, Shabana, I love I loved her relationship with her sister
yes.
and her protective instincts from the time they were young.
They took
Um,
care of each other.
They
yes.
was a little. They
Yeah.
were a little. I don't know what to say about. Yes, you took care of each other from when they're young, but the I don't know, the adult them was like
Codependent on each other.
I don't know if it was dependent. I can't even find the words. It was like you mad at me because you had to go, down there, but
Mhm.
what did I do? I mean, you don't know what I did, but what did I do?
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And if it was just, it was kind of there.
Mhm.
So it
But
was different. Yeah.
one interesting comment that I've had is all the emotional weight
Mhm.
that this story comes with.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot. Like everybody in there had an issue that needed to be dealt with, that was not
Mm-hmm.
dealt with, and so they dealt with it in ways that were
Very
like her.
unhealthy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very unhealthy.
Yeah.
Very
Mm-hmm.
unhealthy is a good way to put it.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Um, but that too makes you think about like in Casey, and what's her sister's name, Donette. Um, Donette. But in Casey's in her case, how you can be pushed over that line. Um, because what she did when she was younger, I can
Hmm.
understand,
Hmm.
Mhm.
to protect her sister.
Hmm.
But everybody wouldn't have that in them to do.
Right.
But
Right.
thank goodness that she did, even though it's
Wait
kind
a
of
minute,
hard.
before we
That's
condone
why
it.
that's why I was like, it's kind of not saying that.
Right.
Oh
But
my
that
goodness.
situation, I didn't have any problem. Tell you the truth,
You
that
ain't had no problem
situation,
with. Okay.
I ain't had no problem at all. Um, I'm cheering her on, like, yeah, but
Ah, yeah, and I kind of figured when I got there, I was like, I knew she had. I knew because I was
Mhm.
like, we didn't, you know, hear anything more. So I was like, yeah, I did.
hmm hmm
But to
and then
keep
we
doing
find
it.
out later in the story that her sister did something to protect her.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That
Mhm.
now that was kind of
And even as the author, that surprised me too. It
like,
surprised
oh
me
my
too.
gosh.
Yeah.
If anything, they should have went after the woman that was causing them the problem instead of
Right.
That's
Right.
what I said.
But
mhm.
they're kids, so
Right, right.
yeah, they don't think rationally. Not all of them,
hmm
anyway.
hmm
And I'm gonna say I did figure that out. I just had the wrong person because I knew one of them.
That it was gonna end up happening. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
because I'd be like, he's a donor.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then I think about too when I'm reading this, and I'm like, I probably would have done that too. But then I wouldn't do that. But I'm reading this thinking, I
You would
might
hope, but
well,
then
hope I
too,
wouldn't, but
but then you would
shoot.
hope that you're strong enough to do it. That's what I would think. Because just think if she hadn't been capable of it, what would have happened to her sister
No, no,
after?
no, I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about
Oh, okay, okay.
the brother.
Oh, okay. Now that
I think
I wouldn't have done
I think
that.
the mother, not the brother. Yeah. Because I'm
that
pretty
one I
sure,
that one I would not have done.
but I'm pretty
Mhm.
sure it crossed her mind several times because that would take away
hmm
the problem.
Mhm.
hmm
It's,
hmm
I'm like,
mm. And like JL just said, because they were young, that was the immediate. That's how they related. That's how they
Mhm.
correlated. That's the problem. If you
Right.
take away that problem, but
Yeah,
as an
yeah, yeah.
adult, you probably thought, okay, he not the problem, it's her.
right.
Hmm. And then
That's the one.
before the baby came, yeah,
Right,
they were just dealing with her.
right.
Mhm.
No, one plus one, you know,
And then the father was clueless
clueless,
and just
clueless.
So let me ask you this, because you know you're the brain of this. So what your thought process? So did she suggest that he go get them? Is that why he went and got them? 'Cause-
No, actually, it's a thing with people who migrate. They eventually try and send for their kids.
Okay.
Yeah, but like as you said, Casey was wondering like why all of a sudden he
Right.
suddenly grew a
from their stable
conscience.
home. Yeah,
Right.
Mhm.
like
To
leave
come to
me where
this
I
one.
am.
Right. I was better out there.
Right.
Okay.
But you're
That's
right.
how.
You do see that a lot, is especially people who were in the South and migrated north, and they may have
Mhm.
come up without one of their kids or a couple of their kids, and then they'll
Mhm.
send for them. Um,
Right.
yeah, but yeah, he could have left them. And I wish the grandmother had put up more of a fight as far as that,
Mhm.
but I guess she figuring that's the father,
Yeah.
Yep.
Prideful himself.
right?
Mhm.
But you know who I was fascinated by, because you couldn't really get we didn't she was like under the radar. Piper,
Mm.
she stayed kind of under the radar.
Yeah. But she took all the abuse though, all of
Yeah, trying to
Addison's
keep her head
abuse.
down. Yeah.
Yeah, if somebody was going to like do Addison bodily
Snap.
harm, you would think it was her.
Right.
hmm
But then you have some people who become so beaten down by circumstances that they probably have a meltdown, and yeah, they really don't push back. They don't
Right.
push back, and they get the worst treatment, out of everybody.
And I was wondering if she was going to eventually snap, because she was like, everybody's like, just she
Mm.
taking the brunt. And
Mm-hmm.
who she reminded me of, in the movie The Devil Wears Prada, and the way that she treated the one,
Okay.
what was her name that played Anne Hathaway's character, um when she ran and she sent her to get a coffee, and she ran like because it only could be from one place and it was nowhere near where they were.
Mm-hmm.
And then when she do all that and go through everything and she brings the coffee back,
Mm-hmm.
of course now she doesn't want it because she says it's cold. Um, but the way she was like beat down in the beginning,
Mm.
it reminded me of that a little bit. Except
Mm.
Addison was a 10 times worse than.
I think aside from Geneva, the mother in the other book, this one is the most terrible character I've written. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Because even in the first book, I could see how that can flip you because you somebody messing with your child. I can see that.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Um,
Right. Right.
I wouldn't consider her evil.
right.
Mm-hmm.
She was only after the specific people who
Right. Yeah.
who mess with her baby.
Her baby.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Somebody's put that Andy was Anne's character.
yeah, yeah, and she really, yeah, in the beginning was
Sorry.
her whip dog, her lap dog. What's the term, lap dog?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Addison, she didn't have that she Meryl Streep character didn't have anything on on this character
Mm.
in this because she was just cruel to her employees who were doing the work for her.
Right.
If she didn't
Without
have
absolute
them,
nothing.
you wouldn't have the success that you have.
Nothing. Nothing.
True.
You would think
True.
that
True. True.
I just don't understand the employers.
Ugh. Yeah,
Mm-mm.
she was a piece of work, a piece of work. Um, I didn't have any sympathy at all or empathy. I mean, it was hard to read about what she went through. It really was,
Mm-hmm.
It
and
was,
I
yeah.
guess I
Yeah.
felt for I felt for the younger version of her.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Because that grown version could get snatched.
And what did you think about the guys in the story? Because they were complicit too in a lot of
Yeah.
ways.
Definitely. Definitely. And that is also a problem in Jamaica. And after COVID, I was surprised to hear. I think it was. I don't want to lie. I don't know if they said like 1 in 6 children or 1 in 4. It could have been six. I'm gonna say six that have been exposed
Oh,
to,
really?
yeah,
Mm.
to being molested by an adult. So it's a thing. I don't know why we protect
Right.
men who are, but there are a number of reasons. I suspect the main one being financial, because you hear stories now and then of a mother knowing or hearing that her child was being abused by this man that she's with, but she didn't put him out, or she
Hmm.
didn't leave him because he's bringing home the bacon.
Bring it home.
Which is a terrible, terrible thing.
Well,
So,
why we can't send the children away? He ain't got to go, but we can send the children away if she want to keep the man.
well, maybe she doesn't have any relatives who would be willing to take them. Because and I think sometimes what allows that to happen is because we had what are called barrel children, where the mother goes to America or Canada or England looking for a better life, and she sends back money and whatnot, and the child is normally raised by a grandparent who is probably busy too and does not really realize that some things are happening.
Hmm.
Yeah. So
Mm, mm,
a
mm.
sad situation all around, but it
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah, and Marie is saying it's worldwide. Yeah, unfortunately,
Mm,
that is something that is much more known and spoken about than it used to be
mm.
when we were growing up, because it was something that families kept inside the family and didn't speak about it,
Right.
Yeah.
and you would still be sitting right next to the person that
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's gotten better as far as more exposure.
Hmm.
Um, it's not the dirty little secret anymore, or it's not as much. I'm not gonna say that it doesn't still happen in families, but child SA is an international epidemic. Yeah.
Mm. Sadly.
Hmm.
Sadly.
And
But
that's why, yeah, it's hard. That's difficult for me to read, to tell you the truth, because I don't. Um, usually any kind of abuse on children and women, I
It
usually stay
touches a
away from
nerve.
because
Yeah.
that's too. We see all that on the news and stuff. So,
Yeah.
but and like you said, when I used to read that stuff, but now I'm like I need to protect my peace.
Mm-hmm.
um, so I'm glad.
Yeah.
It was difficult. Those parts reading about Addison and even with Alicia and Casey in their situations too,
Yeah.
with the Evo sisters and all of that, bullying
Mm-hmm.
her
Mm-hmm.
and all of that. So I did have some empathy for those two, more so than Addison, just because she she could, and I think one of the guys was it Kurt, can't remember his name, but he was telling her, when it came with Casey, you can just do the right thing and that will resolve all of this. And she
Right.
was like, I'm not doing that.
Right.
No,
Yeah.
because you've built all of this hype and all of this fame, and yeah,
Right.
you don't want to look bad in front of your fans, and then you lose people and whatnot. Sometimes with some of us, or what we look like is more important to us than what we actually
Right,
than who we
right.
actually
Mhm.
are.
Don't want to lose
So
face
yeah,
in
right,
public. But she ended
right.
up doing that anyway. And then
Anyways,
um and like she said, I think in one of the scenes, she had more money than she could count. So even if she did the right thing and paid them for the book,
mm,
it's
Right.
not going to destroy you financially.
Right.
hmm
I
She
think
she's
she
was.
just
just
wanted to win.
a reputation. She
Hmm.
wanted to hang on to her
Mm,
reputation, and it's not even a personal reputation. It's just as a writer. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Hmm.
right. Yeah, this she's up there with characters that I do not care for. Um but um you did a good I'm surprised you did a good job as far as I don't even know how you were able to keep them all straight as far as their keeping the motivation at the forefront. Cuz it seemed like it
You,
would be easy to lose that as the
you
book
know,
goes on.
actually, when I started, when the idea came for the book, and I decided that there were gonna be these different writers, I gave them each names, and I wrote like maybe 3 lines about them, and then I knew what Casey's issue would be.
Mhm.
Alicia, not so much. I kind of just discovered her story along the way.
Okay.
So yeah, it wasn't like I started out saying, yeah, this is what is gonna happen to her. Sometimes you discover a whole lot
Mhm.
on the journey. Yeah.
And I know, and even the men depicted in the story, um, her boy toys, um, how they allowed themselves to be used as
Yeah, to be
well.
used.
Right.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Simply because somebody is in a position of power, which is
Hmm.
we're seeing that right now because my husband watches MSNBC every
Hmm.
night of life. So you see people doing things, you know the things that they're doing is wrong, and there is nobody who will stand up and say, listen,
Right. Right.
no, let's not do that because
Hmm.
X, Y, and Z. I don't get it. But then again, people can be sheep. A lot of us are like sheep. So
Yeah.
we
And
don't,
when money is the motivation,
oh,
because
it's
they're
even
getting
worse.
something out of it. A lot of them, and then some of
Yeah.
them, I believe, are actually afraid of this
Yeah.
person.
Repercussions and all of that. Yeah.
I've never seen anything like it. Grown folks this afraid. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's just crazy.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, it's getting to where you can't look at regular news for like truth. You have to find the independent
Yeah. It's crazy though,
journalists.
because it's not that long, but like it's like everywhere though. It seems like everywhere the world has kind of just turned upside down.
To the point I've never thought I would see. I'm like, are we living in some kind of alternate you reality or
Universe.
something? And that's why they always say fact is stranger than fiction because
True that.
you know
True
you don't
that.
have to look far to
True
get
that.
inspiration for fiction
True
because
that. And then there are things, right, because there are things happening now that I never thought that I'd live to see those things.
right.
And every day I'm learning something new or seeing something
Hmm.
different or,
Hmm. And just think,
it's
before
crazy.
2020, we never would have thought even a pandemic was possible with the coronavirus and us
Mm-hmm.
being shut down.
Mm-hmm.
That
Mm-hmm.
was so far out the realm of
Yep.
possibility. So you never know. Even though it has
Right.
happened before in history, but
Yeah, but it's like 100 years ago. So
right, right,
we just, yeah, not in our experience.
right. Well, it was a pleasure having you back on the show, and I enjoyed the read. Like I said, some parts were difficult to read, but I pushed on, and I'm glad that I
Mhm.
did. Um, but yeah, enjoyed it immensely. Shavana, what you have any final thoughts on for JL?
No. Once again, good job. I did. I was a little upset with the older sister. I get, why she left, but why you didn't take your sisters with you? I never.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, because then the middle sister, and what happened to her, and
Mhm.
we just moved on to the next. That's just why having a house full of girls, it's just they're not safe. But very good book. I was looking for it. I was excited about it because that last one, girl, you just did us in with that one. We couldn't wait. We couldn't wait. We was ready. Yeah.
So, do you think you're going to continue with thrillers, or are you going to go back to romance, or are you going to do a
um,
little bit of both?
maybe a little bit of both. Maybe a little bit of both. Yes, some of the things though, they give me. I would say they keep me up at night, but they make me think. They make me
Mm.
think. Like my with the first one, my husband asked me, "What were you thinking when you wrote this?" But there's a thing called creative license.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
Very.
even that, remember we talked about that when you were on. It had something similar had happened in the news
yes, yes,
that
something had
happened
happened to
abroad.
yes,
Yeah.
to a young lady. That was crazy.
When I read about that, I'm like, oh my gosh, you really have to be careful when you send your, because she was a
Mm,
college student, I believe. Yeah,
yeah.
going away with so-called friends.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
it's scary, so
Yeah.
scary. Yeah, but great job and continued success with the book. And do you have anything coming up? I know this just came out, but are you working on
We
anything?
have yes, actually. I'm doing something with Nalena Kai. It's Secrets and Shadows, and it is a romantic suspense anthology, and it's
Okay,
coming out in the middle of June. So I have a story in that.
okay,
So yeah, so that's mid June. So
okay.
June
So I'll be on the
15 or
lookout for that.
16. Yeah. So yeah.
I'll definitely be on the lookout.
And
Um,
I want to thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure talking
you
about
are
these
welcome.
crazy
You're
people.
welcome, and we'll have to have you back in the future when you have your next thriller or romantic suspense. Because like I say, I love romantic suspense. I
Uh,
read thriller too, but like I said, it depends on
mhm, mhm,
on the thriller. But
mhm.
I have been enjoying yours. So great
Yes.
job,
Yeah,
great job.
happy. I'm happy for
Hmm.
that.
And I'm always supporting too Black Odyssey. Um,
Yes.
I'm glad that you're with them as well. Yeah. All right. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
You too, and thank you, both of you. Thanks to both of you for
You
chatting
are
with me.
You.
welcome.
Thank you.
All right. And we're going to get into our second segment where we give you our highlight of the week. I don't know why my camera is jumping like this. Um, it should be an exit on there, JL, for you to exit.
Mm, on a sec.
I know sometimes it's hard to find. I
I
don't know if
think I
this is
found it. I think I
okay.
found it.
All right. And mine, the one that I chose tonight, I hope I haven't done it before. I don't think I have. I know I did it as a top pick before, at the end of the year, but I don't think I've done it as a highlight. So, all right.
Yeah, I was going through my. I was like, and we ain't gonna, we ain't gonna discuss it.
And for some reason, I've been having all kind of technical issues because my printer is not working for some reason. So I'm going to have to pull up my book to get the synopsis because I usually like print it out. But
Mhm.
so I you want to go first because I while
I'm
I'm
trying to
pulling.
find mine.
Oh, you try to find yours too.
I thought I
I
had it.
can't. I do have. I can't pull up the. I was able to pull up the.
The
Let me do the
picture.
image though. So. Uh,
So the book that
um,
she said about Sadiqa, that is on Audible only. It's an Audible only book.
oh, maybe that's why I didn't hadn't heard
Yeah,
of it.
because I
Okay.
went looking for it and I was like, I had never heard of that, but I found it. Yet.
Okay.
So let me find this right quick. So almost there. A Twisted Tale.
I'm gonna have to read it because you know I love Farrah Rashan.
Yes, and
I'm
she
reading.
had
I'm listening to one of her Forever books.
okay. And the thing about it was I sent you that, right? But
Hmm.
this is the book that I pulled up because this is what
That's a different. Yep.
whole total different book. I was like, what? But I read almost there. I haven't read this one yet.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And I actually got her to sign this yesterday for me. So let me find that one right there. But almost there was what is Tiana and what is it? The frog? Tiana and the
Okay.
right? Ain't that the one Tiana? What if Tiana would have made a deal that changed everything?
Right.
Because they do the twist on the fairy tales.
Right.
So, but and I hate to say it, but I didn't know I had never did that one, the actual fairy tale.
Oh, you hadn't.
No, well, I had never. I read the book, like when little, but I had never watched like the
Okay,
cartoon.
like the Disney.
Yeah, the Disney stuff. So, and this is actually a whole bunch of them got together and did these. So Ferris is number 13 in the New York.
Yeah,
What
I
if
just, I just, I just downloaded it. And I've heard a good thing about Bemused too. I think Erica is the
yeah,
one who
and I
told
got
about
bemused too.
Bemused.
Yes, I
Yes,
haven't read it, but I got it.
I
Yeah.
need to check that one out too.
So it was like, what if Tiana made a deal that changed everything? Sometimes life in the big easy is tough. No one knows that better than Tiana. Though she had though she also believes that hard work can go a long way, but when the notorious Dr. Faciler, I think you how you pronounce it, backs her into a corner, she has no choice but to accept an offer that will alter the course of her life in an instant. Soon, Tiana finds herself in a new reality where all her deepest desires are realized. She finally gets her restaurant, her friends are safe and sound, and most miraculous of all, her beloved father is still alive. She's got everything she's ever wanted, but after a while, her hometown grows increasingly eerie with new threats cropping up in unlikely places. Navigating through the strange New Orleans, Tiana must work alongside Naveen and Charlotte to set things right, or risk losing everything she holds so dear. This now, this ain't that one, but you see how thick these books is, and
Yeah, for retelling. Okay.
I'm not like you. I'll be wanting them thick books, but
um, it- but
I
Erica says she loves. So you did you read the entire series, Erica?
what she
I'm gonna
said.
have to. I'm gonna have to check them out because I love. I love. I know she was doing. I knew the
Oh,
Muse, but I hadn't heard of this one right here. So I'm gonna have
yeah,
to.
this one was first. Almost there was first before Bemused,
Oh, was it?
and
Okay.
this one. This one is Fate Be Changed. It's a Twisted Tale too. But yeah, but and I was like, I know I read that book in a day and a half. It was so good.
Okay.
I just yeah, it was really good. So and now I see it's out on audio. But yeah, but it's 13 of 22. Erica says she's read all of them. I've read
Oh,
all
all
but
but three.
three.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, that's what I said. I said I wanted to read all of them too, but I was starting with Farrah's. But yeah, I'm very. I had went in some store and I seen all of them, and all of them together is just so beautiful to see
I
all of
bet.
them together with the twist. the actual book. So, but yeah, very good. But I'm looking forward to reading
Yeah, I
Fate
just added it to my list to
and Muse.
purchase the print too because I love that cover. Both the
Yes.
covers, yeah. And Bemused was already on my list, so I have to get pick that one up too. But and of course I still have to get Pardon My Frenchie, which is which I love that rom com because you know it had the little dog in there, and I'm a
Yeah. Yeah.
dog lover. So
See, why you didn't send me your list, Cheryl? I could have had all that for you.
you know I wasn't even thinking
And
because
she was
I
right.
forgot that she was even going to be there.
Yeah.
Um,
And all those books were there. These
oh man,
the Disney books weren't there, but the other ones
the
were.
other ones were okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and
So
I love she's supposed to come. She was supposed to come back on, but she ended up getting swamped with working in these events, so she's supposed to be coming
yeah.
back in the fall. Okay.
And I missed you there, Erica.
Now Erica wasn't there
No.
because I saw people vlog starting to vlog about it already. Okay, so this my shoot, I thought I had put up. I forgot I didn't pull up my cover yet. Okay, let's see. I was trying to go back in the archives. Um, like I said, I don't think I did this as a highlight. I know I did it as a top pick. Oh, Erica said she should have gave you her list too, because she still need Goon. And then they aren't they supposed to be changing Capone's book because it's tradition going traditional. I wonder how the traditional one gonna look. Let me see. Okay, so this
I'm just
one is
and I'm mute.
The
I'm
Light
sorry.
on Halsey Street by Vanessa Miller. And man, this was such a very, very good
Yes,
read.
it was.
Yes. If you have not checked it out, please do. You will not be disappointed. It gave
No.
me everything that I like as far as the friendships and the strong families,
Yes.
and just loved everything about it. Okay, so this is two girls' lives are irrevocably intertwined. The summer of 1985 in the streets of Brooklyn, New York, and neither will ever be the same in this coming of age story that spans decades. In the summer of 1985, Lisa Whitaker is a church kid headed to college on a scholarship while her best friend Dana is floundering in the wake of her mother's latest eviction. Though Lisa tries to help, their paths diverge. 15 years later, Lisa has a beautiful family and is stepping into her dream job as director for a social services organization. Everything is going right until her future is snatched away by identity theft. Her life begins to unravel, and Lisa wants nothing more than to see the woman responsible pay for her crimes. When she was a teenager, Dana Jones always felt alone in this world. Her mother was addicted to drugs, her boyfriend was entering a life of crime, and it seemed Dana too was heading down the wrong path. The only bright light was her friendship with Lisa. Now, in the new millennium, Dana finally gives herself permission to dream, to believe she is stepping into better days. But when the betrayal of their friendship comes to light, it will take a lifetime to forgive the destruction that youthful summer in Best Eye set in motion. And it was so much to love about this book. Um, like I said, we get the strong friendship, but then we see them like separate for some years and then come back together. But there's a fracture in the friendship, so it takes a minute. And it was the ending was kind of bittersweet,
Yeah.
but very poignant,
Yeah.
and um, loved all the characters. Loved the secondary characters in the story. Very, very, very good. And then too, I love the way she incorporated because you know I love historical, so I loved how she incorporated it being in the '80s, which is when I was a teenager in the '80s. So I
Yeah.
love that aspect of it too. But if you haven't read The Light on Halsey Street, this is definitely a good one for you. And I'm
Very.
due to read another Vanessa Miller book. I haven't read anything else. Even though the filling station, somebody told me I need to read that. And what's the other one she did, Shavana?
Alan
Recently?
Queen? No, is it Alan Queen?
No, that's Vanessa Riley.
Look, I'm getting mixed up.
Yeah, something like that. But it's some Queen.
Yeah. Is it? Look, I was about to say.
I need to get this book too. I don't know why I haven't picked up this book yet because I love this cover.
I love
And
the cover.
especially since I love the book, I need to have.
And I did the audio on this one. Oh my, it was so good just to hear it and to hear them. You know, they was on the street corner with the water and the
oh yeah.
It was it just brought back so many childhood memories.
I loved it. And the one I read by Enticing
American
Untamed was good too, and theirs was set in the 90s. That's another one. I don't know if I highlighted that one yet. I'm gonna have to do that one too. Erica saying yes, Capone 1 comes next month, I think. Book 2 in November and book 3 in February. Okay. So I'm gonna have to I probably should get the original. Dang, I wasn't even thinking because I could have got the original ones now, so I can get them before they change over to the new ones, and then if I like the new ones, I'll get them too. Oh, thank you, Mama Tony. Yeah, it's American Queen. Yeah. So I need to still read those two, American Queen and The Filling Station. And I don't know why, because I love the book that I just talked about, Light on Halsey Street. I think I just haven't gotten a chance to dip back into her books again.
Yeah, you know our TBR as long as
we
ain't gonna talk about the ones I added this weekend to mine.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to have her back on the show because that way I will end up reading something else by her. Yeah. Erica said Vanessa's newest one comes out. Okay, so maybe I'll have her back on the show because it's been like 2 or 3 years since she was on here. Because she was on here to talk about that book, so it's been at least 3 years. So yeah, maybe I'll have her back on there for the one that's coming out in August. Thank you, Erica. All right, so we will be back on Monday with trying to find my schedule. We will be back on next Monday with Angela Seals, and I'm looking forward to that. And this one is another retelling, you all. We're going to be talking about Eric's Tale, and on the book it says it's a retelling of The Little Mermaid. But because I did read it before, and I'm gonna have to do it like a reread or something before then because it's been a while. But I remember it seemed like I kept thinking it was like Romeo and Juliet or something. So I'm gonna have to ask Angela about that. You know what? I probably need to rewatch The Little Mermaid because maybe I was missing certain things because I haven't watched it in a long time. The Disney movie. So she's going to be on Monday, and then we're going to have a special show on Thursday of that same week with Taisha Willis, my stepdaughter, about her debut novel, The Woman He Chose. So we'll be on with her on that Thursday, and then on the 15th, I'm excited about this too. Leslie Penelope will be back on with her historical fiction, and she was on before to talk about Daughters of the Merciful Deep, which I thoroughly enjoyed. And this one is called The Monsters We Defy. So I'm looking forward to that. And those are some thick ones for you, Shavana, because I think Daughters of the Merciful Deep was about maybe 400 or 500. I can't remember, but it was thick. It was thick, and this one is thick too. Monsters That We Defy.
I gotta start getting ready for June 27th.
Yep. Oh yeah, you got to dive because Katina already started diving back into the Wolfpack.
I'm about to start too. Yeah,
because she reread Marcus's book, she reread Michael's book, and I think she just finished rereading Manning's book. So I got to jump back into that.
On audio.
Are you gonna listen to them?
I'll get them done quicker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, wait till you. Oh my goodness, wait till you. These Wolf brothers, I'm telling you. You are gonna love these Wolf brothers. They are brothers and cousins.
You gonna see.
Mm. That's one thing I can say. Maureen Smith know how to write some guys, cause man, um, Manny for sure gonna have you swooning. Him and Quentin. Quentin is their friend. Their friend. He's a friend of the family.
Uh,
Um. Oh, Jennifer, you said she retired the original cover to Capone. Oh, she already retired them already. Okay.
well,
Um,
once the new ones come out, she's just gonna sell all that she
the
had.
ones that she still has.
Yeah. Mhm.
Um, you still have to register for what? Oh, you haven't registered yet, Jennifer? Yeah, you need to go to. I mean, you know what? Tomorrow, yet last week I was hurting because I had oral surgery last week, and so I forgot to put the reminder in the group for people to register who haven't already. I'll put it in there tomorrow. And oh, Erica, you said you found your copies of Inferno and Seducing the Will. Yes, because I think Katina she ended up rereading the prequels too. Um, yeah, so I have to jump back into that world. I had already started rereading Marcus's book, so I just have to finish rereading that and Michael, and then Manning, of course, because that's the one we actually gonna be discussing. But you know how it is. We probably gonna end up talking about the entire series.
That's why I was like,
Um,
I want to read them all because
yep.
you gonna have me out here like, what y'all talking about? We all this book.
Right. Um. Oh, Erica said she wished they were on audio. Would be so good to have them in your ear. Oh,
That's
they're not.
no, they're not on audio.
Oh, okay. Because
I-
Erica, can you imagine? She would have to get somebody excellent to do Manning for real. To do Manning and to do Quentin. Yeah, Mom told you need to pull them out because you know Marine doesn't do many interviews, so um, so this will be a good time for everybody to get caught back up on the Wolfpack series, and then you know that after she finishes the IR series, the hockey series, she is supposed to start the youngest brother of the Wolfpack, Mason. She said that she's going to dip back into their world for Mason's book. So I cannot wait because Mason is a NFL player. Can't wait, can't wait, can't wait. So because you know at first she said they hadn't been talking to her, so she probably wasn't going to dip back into that world. But she did say that Mason had been talking to her. She just got to finish up the IR series. The Denver Rebel series. I don't know why I keep saying the Irish. I can't even think of who could do those voices justice. Yeah, man, because Manny and Marcus and oh goodness gracious, Shabata, just wait. I'm just wait. You gonna fall in love with these Wolfpack brothers and cousins. Um, I don't know how Emmanuel Ingram sounds. I'm gonna have to listen to some of his work. Because it would have to be somebody with like really especially for Manny, like a very masculine voice, um, but smooth too. I don't know. It would be tricky, that's for sure. I know none of the ones that I've been listening to lately would do it justice. I don't think. Because Shavana, who was that we were listening to, and I say I really couldn't get into his voice.
Oh, and he was there this weekend, and
Oh, for real? Oh
yeah,
no.
Miles
Oh
Washington.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I like the other guy's voice better. What was his name? His name was it Adam or something like that?
I don't know.
Who was his
Emmanuel
name?
was there this weekend too. I don't. Yeah, I don't know the other one. I can't
Yeah,
think
because
of it.
we listened to a couple of them, and I said I like his voice better, but I can't think of who it was.
That's
But
what. Yeah. What's the name? Say Emmanuel Ingram. Yeah, he was there this weekend. That's what she was saying.
mhm. You think his voice? You like his voice? Where has he? Where has he? Whose voice books has he done? Erica, that I would know.
Let me look it up right
Because
quick.
I'm a
I'm on Audible right now. I was looking for Maureen, but she ain't on here.
But yeah, Shavana, you know how we love strong families. You can't
Mhm.
get any stronger than the Wolf family.
She said
Oh,
Adam.
that's the okay. Yeah, Adam. I think that might be the one. Is that
You
the one
do
I
it's
say
a
I like
Cosby
his?
Show.
I don't know if that's the one I say I like his books or not, but I mean his voice. Um,
I don't know if you've read any of these books, so I don't know. Yeah, you would have to look at it to see who
yeah, I'm gonna look him. I'm gonna look him up because
read.
I
Yeah.
want to hear his voice because I have to see if I can picture Manning Wolf or something. Maybe I can get. I'm gonna ask Maureen. Are you planning on putting any of these on audio? If so, you should check out this voice. But I'm gonna have to find some bangers.
Oh, sound like he was Shoe on you did Shoe from Alexander House?
Did I? I think I
You
read those. I don't think I
you
listened
read
to
it.
those. Yeah, I
Okay.
read. I read those.
He's the
So
voice.
but I'll go and listen though, so I can hear what he. Oh, he
Yes,
did
he did.
1201 turn into 10.
Yes.
Okay, behind the scenes by CCJ. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna check them out. Maybe we can talk to Maureen about it when we're in the chat.
Did you
Okay.
listen to Summer? Oh, never mind. That's Winston James. Never mind. I was gonna ask
um,
you, did you listen to Summer's Echo, or did you read it? Because
I
he
read it.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Um, cause I don't do a lot of audible. I mean audio. I've been doing a lot. Well, I do the speech to text if I'm
yeah.
doing, but mainly I'll be reading and I only do the speech to text if I'm doing something else. But lately, like with the arcs, I just got a couple of audio arcs that I've been listening to. Um, so I have been listening to more. Okay. And I think I read that by Love Belvin, but I didn't listen to him, so I'm gonna listen to it and see. All right. Well, thank you all. Mama Tony said Marine book on bookcase number 4, shelf 2 and 3. Okay. So you got your books. I have mine. So I have I don't know where the other books are. They're in some boxes, but and I need to find my Seducing the Wolf. It's here somewhere. Um so I can have it for the chat so I can show her my original cover. Because I actually like the original cover better for Seducing the Wolf. But I have it here somewhere. I don't know where it is. I have to look through my books before the chat. And and then I still have her Naomi Chase books too here somewhere. And some of her earlier suspense books. I have those too. Guilty of Fear, and I think that's one of them. Guilty of Fear, Guilty Pleasures. Those books I have here too. You got to dive into those too, Shavana, if you haven't read those. I know you read Naomi Chase.
Yeah, right name of choice.
Yeah, same here, Erica. I'm like, she should have kept the original cover because that original cover was so sexy. But that's the same thing with Kennedy Ryan's new score. Well, not score, real. I like the original cover better for real. Yeah.
Yes,
All
they
right.
was America. They was something else. The Naomi Chase books.
Oh no. Yep. You can ask her about that too while we on.
Mhm.
Cause that girl, she was getting on my nerves and that series for real. She was making all these stupid decisions, but risking her life with her husband.
Oh,
But
excuse me.
huh.
I said, excuse me.
Oh. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for coming out. I appreciate you all coming out. I forgot to reach out before the show to let you all know that I will be talking to JL Campbell today. And I got busy earlier and unexpectedly had to go out, so I didn't even get a chance to put the flyer out on my page. But it should be on. The schedule banner should be up on the page, but I didn't put my actual flyer, the individual flyer out. So I apologize for that. But I appreciate you all coming out and supporting the show as usual and supporting JL Campbell. Um, and if you like thrillers, check out her book. And I'm definitely gonna check out her book Rex, because I had two of them I already have on my TBR to read, and I'm Fallen Grace. I have to see. I will have to buy it off Audible.
Yeah, it's on sale for $1.99 for
Oh, is
members.
it? Okay.
For
Okay,
members.
so maybe I'll get it then. Okay. Because I hadn't even heard of that one. All right, everyone, enjoy the rest of your evening. Yes, Erica. She said now she want to do a reread of Every Breath by Marine. I think I have that one here too. Yep, I have all of that stuff. Because she, she's still one of my favorite authors. I got all her books somewhere here. Like I said, I need to find Seducing the Wolf before the chat so I can have that one on hand while we're discussing it. But I'm looking forward to it though, because like I said, she doesn't do a lot of. It's been a long time since we've been talking about her doing this chat, so um, I'm glad that she's doing it. I'm looking forward to delving back into this world. All right, everybody, enjoy the rest of your evening, and hopefully, I'll see you next Monday when we talk to Angela Seals. That should be fun, talking about her retelling of The Little Mermaid. It's called Eric's Tale for anybody who wants to read it before the show. And it's Eric with an A-R-I-K apostrophe S Tale. It was part of the anthology that she did with Sherelle Green and L. Wright and all of that, and Cheryl Lister. All right, everybody, enjoy the rest of your evening. We'll see you next time.